that you're here at 9 o'clock. Anyways, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for working with us over the last 2 years. And thank you in advance for working together for the next 2 years to advance our agenda for our families and all working families in the state of Wisconsin. Brothers and sisters, here at our 29th Biennial Convention of the Wisconsin State AFL-CIO, here we are, ready to continue to build our movement, ready to continue to move forward, ready to fight another day for the middle class and for working people of Wisconsin. Here at our convention, we're celebrating our unity. So let's take time to reflect on what that unity really means for us, for union members, for working people. Because we've been living this term going back to our battles into 2011 and beyond. So what does unity really mean? Well, here's what I think unity means. Yes, unity is living in solidarity. But unity is having learned that no one union can be strong. No one union can stand on its own if the overall movement is weak, if the overall movement is under attack. Unity is workers coming together in unions, and unions coming together as a movement. The movement coming together with those in the community who to support our goals of economic and social justice, who support our agenda of raising wages, helping workers, strengthening our middle class, protecting our environment, and building stronger communities. Unity is coming together with all those who want to put a check on corporate power and greed. Unity is coming together with those who want to get money out of politics and stop the corporate dollars flooding and manipulating our democratic elections. It is we the people, not we the corporations. It is we the people, not we the billionaires. It is workers indivisible and united for future challenges. And what is it that we're unified for? Well, we're unified for strong collective bargaining rights, for better wages, for quality and affordable health care, for the ability for new parents to take time off from work to care for a newborn. We are unified for dignity and respect for all who labor. Our unity, brothers and sisters, is our strength. And our experience has taught us that it is clear the brightest path forward is through togetherness, through hard work and unity. Here at this gathering, we're gearing up to elect some working family champions in a few months. On November 8th, we stand united behind Russ Feingold. Yeah. We stand united behind Hillary Clinton. We stand united to elect strong advocates for working families to the state Senate and Assembly to represent us and not the corporate billionaires, right? Right! We're going to hear a lot of election talk at the rest of this convention, and you're going to hear it in the future. But our members will be a force in this cycle, carrying the torch of having one-on-one conversations at the workplace, at the doorstep, and on the phone. Our energy spurs thousands of conversations that move the needle and turn the vote on election day. We're the boots on the ground. We're the feet in the street. No one does it bigger, no one does it better than the U.S. labor movement and the affiliates in this room. No one does it better. Well, I know you've heard it before. You heard it today. You've heard it in the past. We all hear the old term that this is the most important election ever, right? Right. Well, guess what? It is the most important. But I want to give you a little preview right now, because in 2018, when I talk to you, I'm going to say it's the most important election ever. And you'll probably say the same thing in 20 and 22, because every election is damn important to the future of this labor movement and our families. 2018 is going to be important. It will be the most election ever because that's the year we put an end to Scott Walker's disaster. And that is going to be the most important election. 16 and beyond to 18 to kick that rascal out of office. I'll say it now and I'll say it again. The lesson is all elections are important. All elections matter, and elections have consequences. Brothers and sisters, if you get any flack, just remind people of what happened in 2010 if they say elections don't matter. And no one, not one union member can say there is no difference between candidates. That it doesn't matter who gets elected to office. That it doesn't affect you or affect me. That it doesn't impact my paycheck. And it won't impact my family. Because what we learned here since 2010 is we know better. It impacts our families, our jobs, and our communities. We see it, we live it, and we feel it every day, whether at the bargaining table or in the office or representing our members on the floor or fighting for our rights in our communities. We've seen the strong attacks coming directly from Scott Walker and his lapdog legislature. We've seen the attacks from shadowy right-wing groups, from corporations. A lot has come at us from different angles with unbelievable resources and strength. And yes, we are still here. We're still a force to be reckoned with. We are one of the only groups left to put a check on corporate power. We have to elect people who support us and will let us continue to move forward to advocate for working families. Electing people like Russ, like Hillary, like the list of endorsed candidates. They stand fast against right to work. We know that Hillary stands right to work. Can we say the same thing about Donald Trump? No. That's a hell no. Can we say the same thing about Donald Trump? All right. At a recent economic message given in Detroit, Clinton is promising the biggest investment of U.S. jobs, including infrastructure, including manufacturing and green energy since World War II. I looked at her manufacturing policy, at her infrastructure policy. Brothers and sisters, it's a huge part of our agenda. It talks about investing in us, in America, in creating jobs, jobs that create the middle class. That's what we want. That's our agenda. Here's the chance to move our agenda down the road. It's a huge part of our jobs agenda. Let us not forget that. So we have to be ready to hold politicians accountable. I mean, let's be clear. We are a movement. We're independent of political parties, and we have to recognize and remember that. And it's time, brothers and sisters, it's time to learn from lessons from the past. When we supported candidates, and they've turned around and not supported us. Well, we have to say, those days are done. We will only work for those we trust and know will move working families forward, who will strengthen our economy and create good paying jobs for Wisconsinites. And this all brings and starts at the local level. We've learned that local elections are important. There's work to be done, and certain things we have to rise up and do to have victories in 2016. We know we have to come together. We know we have to get involved. We need to educate, motivate, and mobilize. Brothers and sisters, we have to not just talk the talk, but we have to walk the walk. Looking ahead past November, between now and 2018, we have to continue by continuing to work on our transition plan of building power at the local and regional level, holding those elected accountable at the local level, those elected at the state level, and those we send to Washington. Accountability back to us, those who are working hard to get them elected. We need to have an agenda built around advancing the rights of working families, built around advancing the lives of our members, and we're going to have to continually organize, build community networks, and move forward to have a long-lasting movement that fights for all working people. And we do that, brothers and sisters, by talking to each other, by having organizing. At At the end of the day, given Citizens United and the money and the media that we're up against, organizing is the only path forward. Organizing is the best path forward. It requires time and effort. It doesn't just happen. But organizing, brothers and sisters, it's in our bones. It's in our blood. We are the labor movement. We organize, right?
Right.
The challenge is there, and we will rise to meet it through unity. Our roundtables learn from one another, and we understand each other better. Solidarity is the core principle on which this movement is built. We will continue to look at innovative ways to communicate with members. We will say that this is, when we talk about the old adage of this is what democracy looks like, here's what democracy looks like. Democracy looks like this convention. It's in this room. It's all of you participating. Democracy looks like knocking on doors. Democracy looks like talking to workers in the workplace. Democracy looks like coming together as a union for workplace justice. Democracy looks like the right to join together with your coworkers to have a voice on a job. That's what democracy looks like in action. It's up to each and every one of us to shoulder the responsibility to turn Wisconsin around for workers. As union members, we bear the charge of educating and mobilizing all workers. Sisters and brothers, it's time to come together in unity to raise wages and keep jobs in America. It's time to come together in unity to invest in our infrastructure, to fully fund our neighborhood public schools. It's time to come together in unity to pass paid leave policies to ensure retirement security for all. It's time to come together in unity to strengthen our middle class by strengthening unions. It's time to come together in unity to fight for strong contracts that build strong communities for all of us. It's time to come together and stand up and be union proud in unity so that we can leave behind a better workplace, a better life for the next generation. It's time to stand up, work together in unity for the next generation and a generation after that. Solidarity, brothers and sisters, let's move forward!